Hi, thanks for stopping by here on YouTube. It's Monday, November 17th. This is just a quick review of NBA schedule, something that we have done over the years for NBA, NFL, of course, the Major League Baseball as well. So let's just get into it. We uploaded a whole bunch of data into Zach's calendar. That whole bunch of data was essentially about 1,250 games for the NBA into his calendar. He forwarded them onto our service. Our service is essentially set up on AWS. It's called the Calendar Invite Server, and one of our test domains is called calendarsnack.com. So this create metaphor here, create at calendarsnack.com, is an API endpoint. When people forward data to this endpoint, the organizer gets a confirmation back. In this case here, it's Zach's calendar. He's the organizer of his calendar. When he sends this personal calendar data, in this case here, NBA data, to this box, create at calendarsnack.com, he gets a notification back that the calendar snack has been created, and essentially the event gets slammed into Zach's Calendar Invite Server console. So this console here is a repository in AWS for Zach, and it contains all his calendar invite information for his particular organizer, which is Zach at techvader.com. So let's just kind of go through this in a real time on how it all works in a live demo. That's the easiest way to explore the tech stack. So let's get into it. This is Zach's calendar over here. And to the right is his Calendar Invite Server console in his name, Zach here, and then Zach over here. I'll just expand out the hamburger menu. You see that's all live. So it's Zach on the left, Zach on the right. And the concept is he is putting data onto this Calendar Invite Server over yonder. Now let's just explore the 17th. He has sent 8 events to the Calendar Invite Server. They're displayed here for the 17th in a picker. And this is the Monday 17th schedule for NBA over here. So as I do this setup, you'll see independently when I click one of these and expand out the calendar client, you can see that he already forwarded this data onto the Calendar Invite Server. It disassembled it and put it into this nice dashboard. This dashboard is a data collection engine for calendar invites. When he deploys these calendar invite codes into web pages, emails, or apps, we collect the data for people sending calendar invites out to themselves and or someone like Zach using the VIP list engine to actually send out direct calendar invites. So let's kind of walk through a scenario whereby if Zach had to update some data here in the Calendar Invite Server, how would he do that? So we do that just by simply pulling out his original calendar client he used and updating the data in the calendar client itself. We use that as a create, read, update, and delete engine. So that means when Zach here, I take on the persona of Zach, I put in this little message in the message body. I can make that a little bigger for you all to see. Scroll down, stop by NBA booth, 652 at the game to get a free t-shirt valued at $25. So if I want that as part of the message into the upcoming web pages, as an example for Zach, I need to resend it back. So it's really simple. I just hit save, sends the data back to the Calendar Invite Server. We disassemble it and store it. How would you know that? Well, let me prove it to you. Let's go to Detroit Pistons here, again, for the 17th. We're on the 17th versus the 18th. Here's the 17th. Pistons, we'll take a peek here. There's only 8 of them. Should be able to find it. If we can't, we just use this nice little picker here, and I look for the Pistons. So let me do that, PIS. There's the Pistons there for the 17th, and you can see the updated data is right there. Now, let me change it again, and you'll see it real time again. If I want to change the booth number, example, I'll change that booth number to 652. I'll change it to, from 652, excuse me, 654. I'll hit save. Goes back to the gateway. We just assemble the information. We update it in here. And let me show you it updated. One more time. It's an API gateway, so it's a REST API. It's got to be updated across the net. There's 654. So what does that really mean? Well, when I generate a cool landing page here automatically with all the upcoming events out of Zach's repository, and I click this open in a new window, you'll see that all that data is right here. So example, if I went down to the Pistons for tonight, and I scroll down, there's the 17th. So as I scroll back up through the data, you'll see the Pistons come up here. And as I look through the data here, you'll see that the Pistons are right there. And you can see that the game itself was updated 654. So this is a live upcoming shareable URL. And this URL can be shared with anybody, like Greg, as an example. And I click one button, and Greg would get the calendar invite for this particular NBA game. And someone like Zach could track it. So how would you know that? Well, we'll take on the danger zone of lighting up another account here. And you'll see me light up a different account. And I'll have to go through a sequence here. You can see, y'all, I have a whole bunch of different accounts. I go into Greg at TechVader. Zach shared me this page. Greg, took on the persona, put in my email address, and sent myself a calendar invite. And there it is there. I'll say maybe there. Now that data was sent back to our gateway, and we collect actually the calendar receipts. How would you know that? Well, I'd have to prove it to you. So let's go back to view events. Let's go back to the 17th. Let's go back to the Pistons, and let me refresh this data here. And you'll see in the Pistons data here for the 17th, as I scroll, there's one person here that said yes to a calendar invite, and that was me. We collect the data. There you go. That is the demo, and I appreciate you stopping by on a Monday. Thank you.